The SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge was launched in 2020 as a homage to South African women's resilience and strength amidst the uncertainty and strife brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. As a virtual event, there were no geographic boundaries to the race, while participants could decide on their location, route, pace, and whether to do it alone or as a community. Now in its second year, the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge brought family, friends, colleagues, neighbors and strangers together in a show of camaraderie. Photos and posts of participants flooded social media timelines across South Africa. From Lephalale to Kakamas, Postmasburg to Nottingham Road, Gqeberha to Fourways, trending throughout the weekend, the hashtags Live Limitless and SPAR Virtual Challenge painted a vivid picture of South African zest for life. At every race, SPAR partners with local community initiatives in supporting various causes and charities. Nationwide, smaller groups of people got together to raise awareness of all the respective causes. SPAR partnered with corporates and communities in highlighting the fight against gender-based violence. Also in the spotlight this year was keeping girls in school by supplying them with sanitary products. Overarchingly, the legacy that is the SPAR Women's Challenge was celebrated by the power of getting active together in limitless amount of ways. The 2021 SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge was launched back in May. The glamorous event included various inspirational speakers and magnificent entertainment by the Mzansi Youth Choir. The theme of hashtag Live Limitless was announced.
People are looking for something exciting. People are looking for something to just inspire themselves, and we just decided we needed to get behind it. We've always been behind women's sports, and particularly our women's races are so popular in this country. And so we just said to ourselves, listen, this year we've got to do something, got to get behind it. We're looking forward to 75,000 women participating, which is phenomenal for us.
It is very important for us to go out and say to the ladies, let's get involved in this virtual challenge, and particularly this year because, as you've said, we are distributing pads for girls in our communities, so that's very important for us. But I mean, it's not the first nor is it the last. We've always been in communities, we've always supported women, we've always supported, anything that has to do with growing our communities.
Remember that all the race proceeds go to many, many worthy causes. And that's really at the heart of what we do. SPAR's puts the communities that we serve at our heart, and so yeah, absolutely justified.
As a visible symbol of living without limitations, the audience was invited to write their various personal challenges on helium-filled balloons, and then the balloons were ceremoniously released together to fill the air. The first event kicked off in Gqeberha, where enthusiastic participants turned out to show their support to victims of gender-based violence, giving a voice to those who suffer in silence.
Gender-based violence is prevalent in all communities. We need to step up. We need to stand out. And as women and as men, we actually cannot be silent anymore. We need to have a voice.
For myself and the team that I'm with, which is Catch Up Triathlon Group, we acknowledge that running or physical activity in that matter is very crucial for our general well-being. And it is important for us to keep ourselves active so that we are able to function optimally.
Well, we've got to challenge ourselves every single day, particularly in this last year. We've learned that we've got to rise above challenges. So if you live limitless and you dream limitless and you are fearless, you will rise to the challenge.
SPAR has always assisted people in our communities, and this day just is a celebration so that we can acknowledge something that we tend to overlook. So it's a recognition of the efforts of people in their communities, and we do appreciate what they're doing for everyone across the country.
I, for one, am incredibly proud to be one of the SPAR brand ambassadors for today's Virtual Women's Challenge. It's important to stay in touch, it's important to connect, and of course, it's actually important to get out there and to exercise.
From humble beginnings to one of the world's biggest road challenges, the SPAR Women's Challenge is the most popular and inclusive road challenge in South Africa. The Soweto event was organized and led by elite athlete Bopi Mlambo, a previous winner of the SPAR Grand Prix.
esiyenzayo i-GBV because now sokufike lesikhathi sokuthi amadoda abulala abantu besifazane nabantwana, so today sihlangene as abantu besifazane ukuthi sizofayitha i-GBV. Sifuna ukudlulisa imessage ukuthi amadoda ukuthi mawasupport, mawalwe nathi ukuthi sibe sikhathele ukuthi le GBV amadoda abulala abantu besifazane akukho right. Amadoda yiwo ngabo ayasivikela, but manje yiwo abulala abantu besifazane nengane, so sikhathele ile into eyenzakalayo. I've been running SPAR since from 2001. Ngawina i-Grand Prix, ngawina ama-race amaningi in-Durban, ngawina ama-race amaningi, so ngiyiphathe lona ye-SPAR. So ngibone ukuthi kungcono ukuthi si-organize i-SPAR visual nabantu base-Hollywood, sihlanganeni sonke. Kungena ama-race, kungcono ukuthi senze yonke lento le ukuthi sihlangane today singabantu besifazane sibumbane kube mnandi.
Stay tuned for more action from South Africa's most beautiful virtual challenge. North of Johannesburg, students at Becker Primary School showed up for the second year in a row. This time around 417 learners were participating to highlight the causes of gender-based violence as well as homelessness.
It's very important to raise money for gender-based violence because there are a lot of women and a lot of children who are struggling with violence, and we just need to support them for what they've been going through. We are trying to send a message to our community that we can stand together. #Limitless.
We are having a virtual walk for gender-based violence against women and children, and we are taking a walk for the homeless.
The message was clear: gender-based violence in South Africa needs to end.
It's now our second year that we are doing this SPAR virtual walk, and we just decided as a school we need to teach the kids from a young age already to start sharing with people. Doesn't matter how old or you are, how young you have the ability to help other people. It doesn't matter how poor you are, there's always somebody that's less fortunate than you, and you can always give. Doesn't matter what age you are, where you live, you can always help. We are limitless in helping people. Gender-based violence is very close to our hearts, especially in this community. We want to teach boys, especially from a young age, to respect everybody. With me, myself, having a little girl, I want to teach her that there's nothing she cannot accomplish. She can do anything she puts her mind to it. And I think especially women today, they are now, some of them are the primary caregivers, and they are strong and they are capable to be the women they want to be and stand up and take their place in the country.
It was inspiring to see the future generation take rising South African artist Lucille Slade's words to heart that you never know who your message may inspire to live limitless. Over 1,000 Lohvelders gathered together in different parts of the province to #Live Limitless through the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge 2021. They were joined by Sandra Jacobs with her tribe of Friends Cafe at the scenic Kapsahoop Road.
It's such a wonderful opportunity to be out in the open on this beautiful Saturday morning in solidarity with all women in South Africa doing the virtual challenge. And while we're doing that, we are doing something for our community and living the theme, Live Limitless. I chose Friends Cafe because it's got a beautiful environment. It's got a 2-kilometer and a 5-kilometer trail. So I've got some fit friends who are going to do 5 or maybe 2 rounds of 5. I'll be doing 5 kilometers here, and the Sandra tribe is here. They already started walking, and afterwards we'll have some nice cappuccinos here at Friends Cafe.
The team at Super SPAR Nelspruit used the virtual challenge to collect personal care items for donation to women affected by trafficking and gender-based violence, as well as underprivileged children and the elderly homes.
We're here because traditionally every year we use the SPAR Ladies Race to not only support the cause for which the virtual race is held every year, but also we traditionally support GRIP and a number of other charities that do work in the similar realm, and also because the Crossing Centre and the SPAR here in particular have always been enormous supporters and sponsors of our local efforts. GRIP is involved obviously always in issues regarding gender-based violence, and have recently in the last year, in fact with the introduction of the virtual race last year, began to work hand in hand with the Matapin Men's Forum, which is a men-led forum that actually is incredibly supportive of women's issues and women's struggles within the community. And of course this year was predominantly in terms of care packs handed out to sexual abuse survivors that report to police stations and to hospitals, assisting them through the process and then putting them in shelters after the event.
I'm here because I do want to inspire people as we are about living life limitlessly. I want people to know that it is possible. You can live life limitlessly. Anything is possible. Whatever you put your mind to is possible. Just believe in yourself.
Locals and customers at Quick SPAR Paul Roos supported the cause of keeping girls in school. Entries for this year's event enabled SPAR to donate 110,000 sanitary packets towards the Petals project, advocating for a shame-free education for all young women.
Today we are in Stellenbosch situated, and that's why we are going to be part of the community. All the things that we collected today we are going to hand over to some of the schools on Monday. Like Monday High School, we identified them. And also it's a very good time to have a team building for our women in our store. The SPAR Virtual Challenge is very important for us as a Quick SPAR because we are branding the name of SPAR nationwide. In our community we want to really be involved as a SPAR in Stellenbosch. I'm a dedicated SPAR person, I'm a dedicated SPAR owner, so that's why if something where SPAR is involved, I'm getting and boots and all into that, and I support my brand.
When we return, watch how the rest of the country answered the call to #LiveLimitless with the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge 2021. The SPAR Women's Challenge has united women from all walks of life, empowering them to move together and make a difference in their communities. Despite limits and despite being virtual, this year was no different.
You can't do everything for everybody, but you can do a little something for someone. So even if you only donate one packet of pads today, it will better one person's life. If everybody can just do a little thing, it will make a big difference at the end.
Philip Sneeman was also there to show support. He is the former Springbok Sevens captain and now has a coffee shop in Stellenbosch called 18 Coffee.
We came out today with this virtual challenge and we said, listen, we'll give a free coffee to everybody that sponsored a goodie bag of sanitary goods in that will be handed out in Monday outside of Stellenbosch for people that's in need. Yeah, so it's great to be part of this wonderful initiative to empower women. And that's exactly why we're standing here today, is to raise our voice and to make sure we empower women and we stand fully behind them.
At the Nelson Mandela Capture site in the KZN Midlands, participants welcomed the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge 2021 with enthusiasm and high spirits.
Today we are here to do the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge. We are here at the Nelson Mandela Capture site in the Midlands, and we are going to speak to Ayanda, who is the senior tour guide at this place, and he's going to tell us why this iconic place is so important in KwaZulu-Natal.
Something that connects us all is the fact that we have all been faced with limits in our lives.
We are right here at the spot where Nelson Mandela was being captured by the apartheid security police in 1962, August the 5th, when Nelson Mandela was just coming from an undercover visit from Chief Albert Luthuli, who was residing at Stenga, just near Durban. The sculpture was erected here on the site in 2012. That's when Nelson Mandela was celebrating 50 years anniversary of his capture. The sculpture consists of 50 pillars between 6.5 and 9.5 meters tall. It's a 3D image that you can see at a certain angle, or only at a distance of 35 meters. You can have a 3D image of Nelson Mandela's face.
In the Lowveld, eager participants gathered at the Ingwenyama conference to prove that we are the change that we have been waiting for in our communities and across our country.
We are standing at Ingwenyama Conference and Sport Resort in White River. And what an awesome hashtag, Live Limitless. I mean, who doesn't want to live limitless? So, yeah, so I got a group of girlfriends together and they got a group of some friends together. Yes, so we're using the parkrun route that they normally do here at Ingwenyama. I've got my little girl here, Zalay. She's got cerebral palsy, but we are not allowing that to cap us on anything. We are swimming, we are running, we are so just to be an example for her. I'm just trying to live limitless and show her that cerebral palsy doesn't limit you.
At the Nelspruit Old Airport, the Lowveld SPAR Distribution Centre staff got together to prove that no matter what was cancelled in 2020, the resilience, optimism and unity of our nation could not be cancelled.
It's an exciting time for South African women and people in general. So we thought as the DC staff, we're going to come together and support the cause, especially to know that there are girls out there who can't go to school because of the lack of sanitary towels or pads. It really breaks my heart. So SPAR is taking part in this challenge of raising funds to donate sanitary pads is heartwarming, and it's good to be part of such an awesome brand.
To find out how Penguins and Netball are involved with the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge 2021, join us after the break. The young ladies of the SPAR Madibas netball team partnered with the Penguins of the Sandcorp Seabird Centre, one of SPAR's charity beneficiaries, to prove that when we stand together for a cause we strongly believe in, that's limitless.
We are supporting this very worthy cause and doing the SPAR virtual run today, starting here at Madiba Sport on campus. It's a worthy cause because, you know, it's important, the charities that are involved and supporting women and what we represent. Education is very important, and through this we support the charities and to keep a girl in school, and that is important, education. The gender-based violence initiative is very important. It's within the communities, and sometimes, you know, it's very silent and you're not aware of it, and being part of a campaign like this, you're getting the message out there, it's not right, and supporting it and making everybody aware about it.
So Madiba's Netball Club is really privileged to have SPAR as the main sponsor. So today all of our players have decided to pitch in and to be part of the SPAR Virtual Challenge. So we started out in the indoor centre and then we ran down to the Sandcorp Centre to see some penguins. So yeah, the SPAR Virtual Challenge has really been an amazing platform for us to interact as players and to get involved with the community as well. The importance of people, to be connected and involved with people, if it's in your workplace, if it's on the sports field, in the community, in your families, just to realize that we need to connect, really be there for each other because we can't do anything alone. We need each other.
Ibaluleke kakhulu lento ukuthi kuba uSPAR ngoyena mntu usimisileyo siMadibazi, usixhasile kwinto zonke esizenzayo, uyasinxibisa, uyasikhupha, usenzela zonke izinto esizidingayo as a club.
As you know, we're NPO, so we depend a lot on donations. Sandcorp is very grateful to SPAR because SPAR has been helping us for the past 3 years. Their donations, they mean a lot to us. They help us to buy medication, fish, and also take care of these birds. So we appreciate their support, especially now during COVID. We are very grateful to SPAR and their support.
In Tshwane, staff from the Workspace and Extra Space Storage took part in the virtual challenge to raise funds for the SA Guide Dogs Association. Both businesses specialize in helping people live beyond the limits of their living. Groot FM also joined in the fun, walking in solidarity to demonstrate that instead of being defined by limits, we can change the narrative and be inspired by them.
What we realized over the last couple of months is because of the FOGO concept that's been created, which is the fear of going out for a lot of people. We remind them, you know, what is important in their lives, you know, what is important in our lives, and specifically just help them to any problems that they currently have is mentally to assist them.
We decided the Workspace to support the SPAR because Women Race, because we are so passionate about people and we relate to SPAR where they support communities, they support women, and they obviously support sport, which is quite important for us in South Africa.
Women empowerment is important to the Workspace, firstly because women rock. I mean, there's nothing better to say there.
And secondly, 80% of our staff employment are women, ladies, and 50% of the members that make up of the workspace community are women-owned businesses. And the workspace have just realized how important women are to our economy and to the sustainability of our economy. The lack of sanitary products is a real issue in South Africa. If you think that a girl child will lose a whole year of her high school career due to the lack of accessibility, then yes, it's a massive issue. And I think as individuals, we can always just add buying a sanitary product on our monthly grocery bill. And we can also, as corporates, add it as our CSI initiatives.
It may be called the SPAR Women's Challenge, but even Man's Best Friend participated enthusiastically on 4 Paws to raise awareness of supporting each other within the strengths of our disability and diversity.
Our association is basically, as I always say to people, we stand on 4 legs, and that's how we support people to live limitless. We train guide dogs to assist people with a visual impairment, like myself. Today I'm without a dog, but I have got the other side of our association represented with a white cane. So it's guide dogs, it's service dogs for people with a physical impairment, where the dog is trained to help someone to open and close doors, pick up things, retrieve, etc. We also do orientation and mobility services without the dog, and that is with a long white cane. We operate in Gauteng, where we can train people who needs assistance to become independent and mobile. They might have lost their sight. The current epidemic is unfortunately a bit of a hamper to our association. Although, we carry on, the dogs must get trained. So a dog is there. You can't just take batteries out and put the dog on the shelf for a month or 2, 3. So our training is continuing with some variation. Then obviously on the fundraising side, it is very tough out there. And also on our orientation mobility side, it's also limited in terms of social distancing, and we do not want to put anybody at risk. I like to say that we are differently abled. As guys, we need to stand together. We need to raise awareness with the public about our needs, who we are, what we can do, and carry on, be strong, and, we will conquer at the end of the day.
This year's challenge provided a powerful platform for long-standing community partnerships to give back to their neighborhoods in tangible ways.
Ons kies vir SPAR as 'n vernoot want ek dink ons harte, daar's sinergie wat ons harte aan betref rondom gemeenskap. En om regtig waar in te ploeg en terug te ploeg in 'n gemeenskap. En jy weet, dis nie die eerste keer wat ons saam met SPAR 'n ding doen nie. Ons is al jare saam met hulle wat ons op pad stap. Veral byvoorbeeld met die Jou Mense, My Mense projek wat ons weekliks 'n verskil in iemand se lewe saam met SPAR maak. En dit is so lekker om dit te weet. En hoe nou beter nou om met die SPAR Virtual Race saam die vroue te vier in ons land. So dis heerlik. Ek leef limitless hierdie jaar. Eintlik elke jaar, net voluit te leef elke dag. Ek dink wat COVID kom doen is dit ons laat besef dat jy weet, vandag hoor jy van iemand wat gesond is, môre is iemand siek en volgende week hoor jy iemand is oorlede. En ek dink dit het ons laat besef dat jy moenie leef vir die dag van môre nie, leef vir vandag. So haal jou beste uit, staan op, gryp die dag, karp uit die hem en vat die bil by die horings.
SPAR Virtual Challenge. Yeah.
In the city of Gold, the ladies of Run Walk for Life got active together to prove that South Africans always support worthy causes. Every year, ordinary but amazing individuals join SPAR to use their reach and influence for good.
This year and last year, we were obliged to now do it as a virtual race. And it's great that we have an opportunity to do it still and to do it here from our venue this year. It's important that we say to people, stay fit, stay active, and participate in activities and events like this. It gives you the opportunity to kickstart spring, to start your fitness program again after a long cold winter. So the message is for people, please come out, come join all these sort of activities and events, and let's get moving, let's get fit again.
I'm Bronwyn. We at Run Walk for Life Veltevreden, and we're here to do the SPAR Ladies Race 2021. We haven't done a race for a long time, so we're all very excited because it's COVID, So, yay for SPAR Ladies!
I think it's important because there's a lot of people that run Walk for Life that start off slowly and they build themselves up. So if they've got a race like SPAR Ladies 10K race, then it motivates them to go and do the race and do their first 10Ks.
I think this day is really important for gender-based violence because some of those women don't have a voice out there. So it's great for us that do have a voice, that can stand together and just bring out some awareness for these women that are suffering through all of this and need us to help them to actually have the confidence to come out and speak and get the help that they need.
And I also find that when you run in groups like this, like places like Run and Walk for Life, that you actually can speak to each other with the same problems and understand that you've got the same problem and how to handle your problems because you're doing it all together as a woman group together, and that makes you stronger.
I'm Rafia Ibrahim. I'm from the Run Walk for Life Florida branch, here to do South Africa's most beautiful virtual challenge. So growing up as a female in the Indian community, there's a beauty standard, you've got to be skinny, but nobody teaches women that love yourself, love your body, love who you are. You've got only yourself, make your decisions, live your life. Stop worrying about what people are going to say or how people perceive your body, just love your body because that's important. If you love yourself, it glows, it shows, you glow.
This is my social life, this is my savior, my walking, and this is why I do it, to keep well and to keep myself on my 2 feet. I personally think that exercise, especially in this time of pandemic, is one of the best things to do for your mental health.
At the Rebound Fit studio in Cape Town, participants used trampolines to participate in the challenge and to shine a spotlight on the cause of sanitary dignity and the plight of the many young women in South Africa who struggle to stay in school during menstruation.
We're doing our 10-kilometer race on the rebounders. So they're basically bouncing their way to their 10 kilometers instead of just running on the road. That's boring, old school. We're going to do it on the trampolines from now on, low impact, and they're having loads of fun. SPAR has done so much for everybody in the community and for everybody, and it's so great to be involved with SPAR. It is really important for women to stand together, to embrace it, and to live limitless. At the end of the day, that is what it's all about. For women to come together, to have a fun time, keep fit, and at the end of the day, just be together. This pandemic has done so much harm to so many people, and it's nice to just have an upliftment, and it's great to have SPAR doing this for so many women and so many young girls to see what we can all do together, because at the end of the day we are stronger together. Okay, so we have 30 ladies that are doing this 10-kilometer race with us on the rebounders, and it's so great because every single woman that is doing this with us has all donated these lovely packets of sanitary pads for the ladies that are in need. This whole event was really chosen so well because it's a great opportunity for women to give back. And at the end of the day, SPAR has done an absolute great idea with their £5 packet. So it's really affordable for anybody to get involved. So we are so blessed to have so many fabulous women here today that have all sponsored each at least one packet of pads. So they are still busy counting the packets, but currently we're standing on 354 packs and still counting, obviously.
As the owner of a women-based company, I'm obviously very drawn to the SPAR Metals project and also to the SPAR brand itself. I've been involved in a couple of SPAR Women's Challenge, and this year obviously taking in Living Limitless it's a perfect opportunity to get Balabans involved with Rebound Fit Studio, to just live limitless and jump out 10 kilometers away. So what I've done is I've brought my brand in. I said grab your Balabans and make a scene. I have about 85 agents all across South Africa, which is also women supporting their own families. With the pandemic that we're in, I feel together we are better. Together we're making a change, and with us, we're not being involved. It's not, we can do a small part, but at least we are involved.
So I started rebounding at the end of 2018, which was luckily just before lockdown, found the love and the passion for it. For me, I think it's just to raise awareness of women who are struggling through cancer. I think it's a lovely idea that we are supporting the less fortunate with donating pads to those girls who need it. that we can carry on empowering women in our community and never let something major or small stop you from achieving your dreams and your goals.
A lot of girls are very underprivileged and not everyone has opportunity to buy certain products like what we're running for. So to be able to sponsor, whether you're donating the pads or just running for the cause, to show awareness that I think every girl deserves to have some sort of property like that.
In a crazy time in the world, we all need to be reminded of that message. There's been so many limitations put on us from every angle, and to just be reminded that kindness is limitless, loving is limitless, caring is limitless, supporting each other is limitless, and to not let the circumstances in the world discourage us from just spreading that message and living limitlessly.
Stay tuned as we break boundaries and borders in KZN with the SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge 2021. Neighbours and friends gathered at the Earth Root Market on Nottingham Road in the KZN Midlands to support SPAR's involvement in the community, choosing to take action and prove that real empowerment happens together, one step at a time.
I'm Candice Drayden from Nottingham Road SPAR. I'm the owner of Nottingham Road SPAR. The organisers of the Earth Root Market here at Nottingham Road invited us to host the race here today. They just wanted to celebrate our unity as a community and just that we all support each other, the small stall holders, the farmers, the community and Nottingham Road SPAR. So that is why we have hosted it here today. Because of COVID, we decided to open the race from 7:30 this morning to 2 o'clock this afternoon. We managed to get 130 runners from Nottingham Road, women as in dressed up men and kids. So it's been really fantastic support. There's a 5-kilometre route and a 10-kilometre route which goes up this road into a nature reserve. So it's just been the perfect setting. It's just been such a fantastic day. The Earth Root Market organisers have gone all out. They've painted the town pink, they've put posters up, and they've just been so supportive and really fantastic about it.
So we went 10 kilometres. I had a group of ladies. We've got a running club in Howick, and we decided to come up and support the SPAR challenge. And what better way to do it than out here in Nottingham Road? Dodging some cow paddies and things like that, but it was fantastic. Some good uphills which tested the calf muscles that had been a little bit dormant. But no, it was absolutely fantastic. We had such a fun time. It was great. We just wanted to be able to come out and support Candice and the Nottingham Road SPAR, who have been absolutely incredible, especially in this last year with the local community. And it's just our little way to be able to give back to Nottingham Road SPAR and show our support to Candice and her team.
We're here today to support the SPAR. Candice and her team have been unbelievable all along the route as well, supporting us and getting us going. I only did the 5K route with a group of ladies and with a lot of talking going on, so we managed to do it quite well. Candice plays a very important part in our community, and any event that generally we hold, and we've been here for 16 years now, but any event, Candice is always the first one to put her hand up. But the last 18 months has been very tough for everybody. And us being in the hospitality industry has been very tough. But Candice has always been the first one to come in and help, get involved, support, sponsor. So it's been awesome to be able to give back to the community as well.
The 2021 SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge was supported by a group of deeply committed brand ambassadors who helped spread the word to promote the cause behind the event and also took part on the day. In Tshwane at the Grove Ice Rink, Special Olympics athlete Shernal Swartz joined the enthusiastic skaters from Evolution on Ice.
The SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge we did as the Evolution on Ice team. Evolution on Ice is one of our figure skating schools, which me and my husband have been running for the last 4 years. And we did this to get the kids together. We did this to get them away from just doing things themselves and just to do some of the teamwork that we actually never get to do in figure skating because it's actually a single sport. So we actually did our 5 kilometers, and our 5 kilometers consisted of doing 50 laps, which almost every single person did except for our 2-3-year-old skaters. We've been held back so much with COVID. Figure skating has been so hard to do in the last 2 years. So one of the mommies actually suggested, and I said to her, why not? We need to get these people out here. We need to get these kids more involved in things. You know, that we have had competitions, no audience. Everything is virtual these days, but at least this one was a team building together where we're not alone. So I think it worked great. We would love to be even more challenged next time. These kids loved it. I think we can go 150 or 200 laps even next time. So I live limitless because I'm a figure skating teacher, and me and my husband have been traveling with Disney on Ice for 11 years overseas, where my husband was actually principal for most of that. And we wanted to come back to actually build a family and to build our own figure skating team. And I feel like we really inspire the kids to work hard, to get overseas, to go do shows over there, make money, and just have the best time of their life, to live limitless in the figure skating life. I think it is the 16th hardest sport that there is out there.
Chernow, the SPAR Virtual Challenge Ambassador, won gold at the 2017 Special Olympics World Winter Games and has set her sights on the 2022 Games in the USA.
The Special Olympics is going to be in Russia, and it's going to be speed skating, figure, and hockey. It gives me more excited and more enjoyable and more exploring with my whole family around me. The SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge on ice, it was amazing.
Coming up next, more from the Special Olympics headquarters in Johannesburg. The Special Olympics office in Johannesburg was buzzing with excitement as athletes, ambassadors and admin workers took to the streets to show what limitless living means to them. Persons with disabilities are testament to living life limitless despite mental and physical challenges.
So here we are this morning. There's about 50 of us, COVID rules, that are participating today. It's Special Olympics staff, some of our ambassadors, some of our athletes, some of our board members. And this was a really important event for us, and we are so thrilled that SPAR chose one of our athletes, Chanel Swartz, to be an ambassador for this event. It really shows SPAR's commitment towards inclusion and creating inclusive communities in South Africa. In the disability sphere itself, intellectual disability is often seen as an invisible disability, and it doesn't really get profiled. So we are so proud of SPAR for being one of the first companies to appoint a Special Olympics South Africa athlete as an ambassador for one of their events, and they have our full support. We are doing this challenge in 9 provinces. We have participation nationwide from Special Olympics, and we're just really excited to be part of this event.
The SPAR Women's Virtual Challenge showcased how ordinary people are supporting those silent victims of gender-based violence.
I think the message that we are trying to get across today as Special Olympics is firstly support for Chanel Swartz, one of our Special Olympics athletes and a gold medalist from the last Winter World Games. Besides that, I think it's the message of inclusion and inclusivity and giving people with disabilities the opportunities, because we know that if they are given an opportunity, they can and will succeed.
2020 was a very challenging year, and so today we're really just celebrating how we overcame such a challenging year and how we've had to think out of the box and, try to make the best of a situation. If there's anything that we have learned in 2020 is that we all need each other. It's about sisterhood, it's about supporting other women, acting on it and not just saying it. Gender-based violence is an issue that we have. It's not just an issue that we have in South Africa, but it's a global issue. It's an issue that we, need to put the spotlight on because of what is happening, especially with us going on lockdown. We all know that, the issue was elevated, and so it's important that we keep reminding people about, what's happening behind closed doors.
My name is Quinn Brown. I am a proud ambassador of the Special Olympics. It's really important for me to live in a space and society where we become tolerant of each other, tolerant of diversity. So let's celebrate that.
The KZN event continued forward in strength as a group of runners from Hillcrest Villages Athletics Club got active to raise awareness for ending gender-based violence.
With this COVID-19 experience that we've all been going through lately, it's so important for us to stick together as runners and to get out there, be with our friends and still experience the virtues of running and being fit and healthy. And that's how we feel that it overcomes all of this that's facing us these days.
When I first heard about the SPAR gender-based campaign, it was quite a revelation to me, because a lot of women aren't in a situation where they can communicate and freely to if they have a problem at home. And I thought it was very clever that they had this way of finding out about prices of things and used that way as a communication. And I thought it's a really good initiative. There's not many corporates that would
do something like that. And I think there's a real need in this country.
At another action-packed event in KZN, participants turned out in full force to show their support to victims of gender-based violence, this time in partnership with Girls Only Project, another one of the virtual challenge beneficiaries.
So I'm the founder of Girls Only Project, which is the charity of choice for the KZN SPAR Ladies virtual race. And R5 of every entry comes to us. And then when participants enter, they also can choose to donate to Girls Only Project. And again, we're so thankful for everyone, because what we do is focusing on women in sport and telling women in sport stories. We know visibility is a huge issue for women in sport, and we really wanted to focus on the real issues that women face, such as body confidence, mental health, just general confidence. And so we have a podcast series where women around the world, elite athletes, share their stories, and we wanted girls and women to be able to come to Girls Only Project to hear these stories. So I think the End Gender-Based Violence campaign by SPAR is really fantastic, and how it applies to sport is that we know safeguarding in sport is such a huge issue at the moment. For anybody that watched Athlete A, which is around sexual abuse in sport, it is highly topical. And actually we know some of the reasons that girls stop playing sport is because of sexual abuse and sexual harassment. So I really, well done to SPAR for highlighting this issue.
When we return, the girls from Sukwiditsane Primary School in Limpopo visit the Insimbi Legacy projects. In Gqeberha, an energetic group of participants took a trip up and down the stairs to the Donkin Reserve, greeting the Nelson Mandela statues, which commemorate the first free elections in South Africa.
The SPAR women's race in Port Elizabeth has been going for some 31 years, so very strong base. If you look at the pyramid behind me, the bigger the peak, it becomes because of the bigger the base. As an ambassador for SPAR, we're here just to show our support for this fantastic event. For me, it's very unique. I've been involved since day one. I coached an athlete who was one of the top 3 finishers, so I've coached many. My wife has run, my daughter, my stepdaughter. I've commentated on the event for TV. I've announced at the event. It's just a fantastic event to be involved in, and probably the most iconic sporting event in Port Elizabeth. The more of us who can come out here and show support for women and can get people to think limitless and think positively, hopefully we can change other mindsets, just one day, one step at a time.
An eventful day in Gqeberha St. George's Park, led by SPAR ambassador Bianca Lamude, and ending off at the famous cricket stadium. It was a very special day for those who attended the SPAR virtual challenge, especially Bianca's daughter Nina, who dedicated a birthday to the cause.
Beautiful because it's national. So people, not only in Port Elizabeth, in Cape Town and Joburg, for example, but in Elwell North, Queenstown, Mthatha, everywhere in South Africa they can take part. And in driving along the beachfront, just a sea of maroon t-shirts shouting SPAR and shouting about women and the beauty of and the courage and the power of women.
It's been such a wonderful thing to see us all get together, and the support that I've received from so many women to join forces and be here today. And I think that's mostly up to SPAR. I mean, I can't thank them enough. They've done so much, and especially the charities that they are supporting through this is absolutely wonderful. All children and women-based charities, which is fantastic. And none of this would be possible without the support of SPAR. So super grateful. Thank you, SPAR, and thank you to everyone that's joined us all over South Africa in this wonderful, beautiful race.
The Mother City brought her A game with the Heart FM event, rallying active support for the Sea Point community.
Today, this morning, we are out at Sea Point Promenade, where we are doing a 5K, and we're doing it for a very, very good cause. The SPAR Virtual Challenge, I've been involved with this race, this challenge for a couple of years now. Of course, this year's slightly different. SPAR has always been a champion for really, really great organizations and movements. And this year, of course, we are highlighting gender-based violence. And as we all know, gender-based violence is a very, very important cause. It's a very important problem. Unfortunately, it's not only certain communities, it's everywhere. It's a global issue. And in South Africa, we really, really want to highlight that. I'm so glad that everyone came out today, wherever you are doing it from. I saw people in the north, even on the way to town. I saw people running with their beautiful t-shirts on. So you could do it anywhere, and that's the beauty of this race.
I think it's just like a celebration of women, basically. So it's a nice event that SPAR organized just
for everyone in Cape Town to come together. And it's not just limited to women, but for men. Men can also join in support of women for this walk as well. So I think it's nice.
Thank you. It's going well. Nice. See you. Oh, well, it's our own little race.
just started, so it's great.
We've left the best for last, drawing inspiration from rhinos, endangered animals that refuse to give up. The Insimbi Legacy Project understands what it means to live limitless, drawing inspiration from rhinos, endangered animals that refuse to give up. They also believe in camaraderie. For this reason, they've partnered with Sekweditsani Primary School.
Insimbi Legacy Projects was started in 2006 when Carmela and her family lost 2 rhinos to poaching. And she decided that there needed to be some sort of backup to help protect them. So Insimbi was started to basically raise funds to keep these guys alive and fed and fat and happy and safe.
SPAR's foundation was founded by a very powerful woman, and which mostly were based on a woman. I can say when I came to this foundation, I was very nervous at first. SPAR made me to realize that women can do anything. So that's why we started the SPAR's Foundation, which I was the first Black person to do that.
As the African proverb goes, to be able to go further, we must go together. SPAR is proud to have created a platform that gives even young South Africans an opportunity to show up for the extraordinary women of our country.
As a single parent, it's the very biggest challenges. I'm the mother of 2. We really need a support as a South Africans, that if we can have every month, we can have sanitaries at schools, each class, so that all the girls can feel comfortable and take it as they can and as they can help themselves with it.
Without sanitary towels, these young ladies, these young girls lost their confidence. So for them to be confident, it needs the sanitary towels. To SPAR, I can say that I'm very happy. I'm very much happy because, especially to my school, I think now these girls will be free to live limitless. When I see these girls, it's my inspiration, really. I see the South African future generation growing up by this live limitless.
At the Marks Park Sports Club in Jozi, happy faces from all backgrounds were encouraged to join the challenge, including those with disabilities. Leading the day's activities was SPAR Virtual Challenge Ambassador Ilana Africa Breedenkamp, girls from Furentu High School, members of the Opi Ball Foundation, as well as the Hannah Charity Fund also participated.
We are a national virtual challenge with people running as we speak from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. today. What's wonderful is that even driving here today, I realized that people are not just walking or running this race, but even those that haven't entered have joined in and joined their friends who have entered for a really worthy cause. We're providing education because every lady and woman that can go to school because we give them the means that another child does not have to leave school or stay at home.
I'm Anastasia. I'm from Murray and Roberts Running Club. We're here today at the SPAR Virtual Challenge, and we're here to live limitless. For us as women from the Murray and Roberts Running Club, we empower the young girls from the Furentu school. It's very important for us to let them know that they can say no, and it's their right to say no. Personally, for me, it is very important as a woman being involved with other ladies that we can walk the streets and feel safe and live limitless.
Opi Ball Foundation is an organization that represents persons with disabilities as a collective, ensuring that we intensify and spreading the message, making sure that all persons with disabilities have equal access, have equal participation into the broader society. This is our second year that we are involved here today In our organization, we have a few programs in order to raise awareness on the inclusion of disability mainstreaming and working together with different stakeholders in different sectors is that platform that raises that type of awareness that makes people understand the importance of employing persons with disabilities, in making sure that persons with disabilities are represented also in their programs and not only merely catered for, like I always say, but making them part of everything. So every Friday during Disability Month is Disability Friday, and the SPAR group has been such a pillar of support in that program, where every Friday we say, spend a day in the life of a person with a disability.
The ladies that we brought is just to empower them to do stuff as a woman and just to be independent, just to be free. Like the SPAR, what it's doing for us is just to be free and to be happy as well. Especially for the ladies that are here today with us from Volma. They are old, some of them, so they need time to refresh their minds and to see what is happening out there in the world. This day for myself, it empowers me, it brings me strong, it makes me feel wanted, makes me feel important like other ladies, make me feel so honorable as a lady in the world, mostly standing up for myself, being happy. That's very important in the world.
For over 3 decades, the SPAR Women's Challenge has brought women from all walks of life together. Despite limits and being virtual, this year was no different. We are proud of what we achieved on the 4th of September, a reminder that we can live limitless.
Limitlessly, even after this race and beyond.